Happy Friday.
Good morning and happy Friday, Jen. Yes.
Cheers. What's going on this weekend, Kirk?
Well, it's everybody's kind of all of a sudden started the holiday spirit.
Yes.
You know, we're into December. We got through Thanksgiving, which was a wonderful time around here.
Mhm.
And now I'll tell you, there's more activity and holiday things going on in everything around the lake.
I'm so excited. This weekend is the holiday market in Arnold's Park. So it's right in the park where the farmer's market usually is. So that should be super fun. And then also the Arnold Sparkle, the lights down in Arnold's Park, is Friday and Saturday as well. So that'll be super fun.
If you get a chance to go down in the Lake Street and by the promenade and stuff at night, the lights are just beautiful. It's really cool. Take your kids and go enjoy.
I'm glad we have something like that around here now.
Yes.
And on Sunday, if you don't have anything going on, I am having my holiday open house at Sleepy Hollow. It's 2803 Highway 71, Sunday from 1 to 3. So check that out if you have nothing to do. Come see me.
Come see Jen.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Perfect. So what happened real estate-wise this last week?
Well, why don't you give us a little update on what closed in
Okay.
what we call the Greater Lakes area, Dickinson County.
So there were 7 total residentials that closed. 6 of them were single family, 1 on east and then 1 on west. And then 1 condo closed.
Yes.
Yes.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Absolutely. What's new this week on the market?
New on the market, there are 6 new listings, 2 single family, 1 on East Lake, 2 condominiums, 1 on Upper Gar and 1 on East Lake, and then 1 duplex on West Lake.
So we
So-
had quite a bit come on this
Still-
surprisingly for this week.
Still, it's still a good market, let's put it that way.
And it's been a lot of lake properties.
Yes.
Like lakefront. It's
Yes.
exciting.
And again, kind of all the lakes.
Yes.
It's amazingly diverse, I guess you might say.
Yeah, it's
Which is
kind of
great.
nice.
Which
I
is
like
great.
it.
Yes.
And let's talk about current lake properties. What do we have for current lake properties that's available?
Well, I think you had mentioned, or we've got about 22 properties right now on what we call all the lakes. And right now there are 3 on West, single family, and a duplex. Lower Gar, there's 2 single families. Wapaton, there's 1 in the canals. In the harbor, there's 1 condo for sale. On East Lake, there's actually 8 properties for sale. 5 single family and 3 condos. And then on Big Spirit, there's 5 properties for sale, 4 single family and a townhome. So again, we're starting to build up a little bit of an inventory, which is wonderful.
It's what we've been wanting for the past 2 years.
Yes. Let people have choices.
Yes, absolutely.
Good.
And then for single family homes in the Dickinson County area, there's 59. So that number's still holding very strong.
It is. It
Really.
is. The number coming on and the number closing are pretty well equalizing themselves out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Absolutely.
Good. Well, Jen, what should we talk about today?
Well, we are going to start a little mini series on real estate investing. A few people have asked me about it and they're like, I don't even know where to start. And I was like, well, let's help. We know how to do that.
Absolutely.
So we're going to talk about the 5 major areas of different where you can invest in real estate. So you can have a rental property, you could flip a house, you could have a REIT, which is a real estate investment trust. You could invest in a real estate group, which is those have been sort of new in the past few years. And then you could do a real estate limited partnership, which we'll talk about what that is and what that means as well.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So let's talk about why real estate investing is a good idea in the first place, like over stocks and bonds and things like that.
Well, I think probably my way of thinking of it is it has a tendency to be a little less volatile. You look at the Dow Jones, one day it's up 500, next day it's down 500, and it's just all over the place. Real estate investing, and again, I'm using Okoboji area more so than some national. I mean, we've seen
Bigger cities are not what we're speaking of.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Arizona and Florida and some of those see some real gyrations. But in what we're going to call the greater Okoboji area, investing in real estate over the last 3 to 5 decades has been an amazingly stable, growing area.
Yeah.
If you want to buy something and live in it as your single family home, that's one thing. But if you want to invest and or rent it or use it to, for appreciation or flip it, redo it stuff. I don't know many people that haven't done very well in that arena.
Well, especially since we're such a large tourism area, we have, you can command the prices for your rentals, and
Right.
you can get weekly rentals and things like that. So that's very helpful in this area.
Absolutely. And we're also unique, even though we are a small town.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of people.
Yes.
And so it's a bigger base. It's more like a small city as opposed to a small town. And there's a lot of people from, I'm going to say outside,
Yeah.
that really look at Okoboji as a great real estate investment. So give some thought to it. Right now, we think it's a great time to invest in real estate.
Yeah, it absolutely is. So if you wanted to have a rental property, let's talk about kind of the pros and cons of having a rental property. We're going to touch on, each week we're going to touch on one of the major areas, and we'll talk about that. So this week we'll talk about rental properties. So if you have a rental property, you can either do it for like long-term rentals and get tenants in there, or you can do weekly rentals or VRBO or Airbnbs, things like that. So we're going to talk about longer term rentals. So you would become a landlord if you have a rental property, correct?
Correct.
And there are some pros and cons of being a landlord.
Yes, yes.
As we all well know. So as a landlord, you're responsible for things like, paying the mortgage, property taxes, insurance, maintaining the property. If anything goes wrong with the things that you say are working in it, like, you need to fix it. So that's something that some people may not want to take on.
Right.
And so if you don't want to, you want to just own the property, you're going to have to invest in a property manager as well.
Absolutely. And we do have some property managers around here that will help you, and they kind of have a litany of services. I mean, you can do one or two things, or they can do the
Everything.
whole package. And the good news is they can kind of itemize what you want, what they want, what their fees are, and all that. So it's a nice way of doing it. And this is true all over the country. But even though we're a small town, we do have that service here. We
Yes,
really do.
We absolutely do.
Yeah.
And then the Airbnbs, my only, or VRBOs, my only caution is around here specifically, some towns allow it, some towns do not. Some towns allow weekly rentals, some towns only allow monthly rentals. So you just need to be really careful when you're purchasing a rental property for like Airbnb.
Do your homework.
Yeah, do your research, work with a professional who knows the areas.
That's right. That's right. That's right. But it's become the other thing that we are unique around here is, and you touched on that, is we have rentals that are monthly, every month for a year or two, whatever that is. But we have an awful lot of rentals just for the summer. Whether it's a 2-week, 4-week, 1 month, something like that, or it's the whole summer. So because we're such a recreational area, it's a little unique as opposed to a lot of towns that only have monthly annual rentals.
Yep.
So we've seen a lot of places that they'll have more revenue in 3 months than people that rent it for the whole year, just because of the prime price you can charge for the summer rental.
Yeah, so it's a really great opportunity that we have here in the Lakes. Definitely take advantage of it. If you have any questions on investing or rental properties and what it entails, give us a call.
Absolutely. Love to help you in any way we can.
Cheers.
Have a great weekend.